everyone thought this is the end for Garrett. I mean, this is the absolute. How does he handle all that? Because he seems to be got the most sunny disposition whenever I'm around him, and none of this seems to affect him. I'm wondering what you see on the day to day here, Brad.
No, it doesn't. That as much as it can not affect a human being, he literally does not have a social media presence, nor does his wife that I'm aware of. So anything that's said on social media, which is the nastiest stuff, although the newspapers have been a little unkind, but anything on social media, someone's literally got to bring it to him, and that would happen like once. And I think they all hear and read what is said on the airwaves and what's written in the newspapers, but he is so focused that he's intent on. And they make fun of him, Rich, for saying, our job today is to have the best Tuesday we can. Except today they're trying to have the best Friday they can,
right?
Because it's Friday and football week with a Thursday night game. But I don't think that stuff bothers him. I can't say it doesn't influence him. He understands the sense of urgency. And I think that's at the heart of some of the changes they've made. But it doesn't. He's not worried about whether he's going to lose his job or not.
Well, then take me a little bit further into this situation, Brad, because to continue the conversation through the social media prism, essentially everybody likes having fun that he just stands there and claps and just roots the team on like he's got pom-poms. What does he do? Let fans know what he does day in, day out, game day. What does he do to affect success for the Cowboys?
One thing he does, similar to the guy he played for here, Jimmy Johnson, is set the tone. And he actually does like to micromanage a little bit, but not when it comes to his staff. So he will give coordinators and position coaches a lot of rope, and sometimes maybe too much. But he's the one who, as Jimmy did, and I'm not comparing him to Jimmy. I'm just saying I know that Jimmy did that probably as well as anyone besides Parcells who's been here in a long time. And that is this is on Monday, this is what the message is going to be this week. And you knew what it was because by Wednesday, all the players were saying that. And that's what these guys do. And he is really good at setting the message. He's at his absolute best in moments of crisis. When he took over, when Wade Phillips was fired after they'd gone 1-7 in 2010, they finished 5-3. That was a moment of crisis for the team, and he redirected their focus immediately. A few years ago when they had the tragedy of a practice squad player being killed in a car wreck the night before a road game with one of his teammates at the wheel, he redirected their focus, and they won the next day, and their heads stayed in the game. And so he has thought through the first half of the year that they weren't being as aggressive as he wanted them to be. I think he's asserted himself a little bit more at directing the message, and that's what he does. He is very hands-on, but not in a way that intrudes with every aspect of the team. He'll sit in on every meeting, special teams, defensive backs, quarter. He'll sit in on all of them, but not in a way that's intrusive. But he is really involved in every aspect of it, and I can't speak for other organizations, but I know it hasn't always been that way with every head coach this team has ever had. And the thing that people don't understand, and it boggles my mind, is that and it's not just here, but the head coach who you see at the press conference and who you see on the sideline is not necessarily the guy who his players see in meetings. And that's the guy that's important. But the guy who's at the press conferences is the guy that Twitter's reacting to here. And the fans don't like the fact that Garrett is even-keeled publicly all the time. And I will tell you that his public role models, as well as coaching, are Bill Belichick and Nick Saban. And he's told me, but I asked him once, because I've known him since he was a rookie here. I asked him once, why do you not, give him a little bit more at the press conference? He said, Belichick's got a great philosophy about that, which is, hey, how's that going to help me win? I need to manage the message, control the message, and I don't need to win a battle of a press conference. I need to get my team ready to play. And so it's intentional that he is not more filled with bubbling personality at press conferences, and that's not who he is. And the clapping thing just boggles my mind. That's what people have glommed onto that, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, the Clapper. That's his nickname, Brad. That's that nickname.
Yeah, I know.
Clapper.
I know.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.